I'm Jeremy Tors, I'm co-owner of Union Hand Roasted Coffee, and we're sitting in our micro roastery. Union started really on a busman's holiday. Stephen McAtonia and myself, we'd been involved with coffee since the early mid-90s, and in 2000, the summer of, we went over to Central America to see where our wonderful coffee beans had been coming from, having always wanted to do that, and met farmers, producers that were having a really hard time. The world coffee market had crashed, and farmers that had been growing coffee for 3 or 4 generations were losing their farms and losing their land. And as coffee drinkers ourselves, we just felt there had to be a better way to do that. And the idea of Union then came forward, bubbling under, and we thought about, as a roaster, we're right there between producer and consumer. So what better place to be in to tell the stories of each to the other? Being independent gives us the opportunity to follow a whim rather than an international marketing plan. And that whim really is to find the most talented, most passionate farmers that really need a fair crack of the whip and a chance to show what they're capable of and be respected in return. So for us, it's the chance to meet and travel to Central America, East Africa, Indonesia, and sample some amazing lots of coffee. If we were in the wine world, we'd be considering them as the Chateau Reserves of the wine world rather than the party plonk. But that really is our ethos, is finding these coffees that still, after 20 years in the industry, still make me dance around the tasting table like a happy schoolchild. When we're working with farmers, it's about developing a relationship. It's about understanding their needs. So many of the coffees that you see on sale are bought by the company because it's just okay at that price point, and we just felt that we wanted to turn that around. How can people know how great coffee is if they're never exposed to how good it can be? So for Union, it's about how do we find the stars and how do we get those farmers to produce them. So we have a very detailed sort of technical standards, but also a code of conduct that helps us establish true sustainability for farmers and producers. That means they can hand the farm on to the next generation, producing even better coffee than they do today. And that trick of producing better coffee, if you do that, then that coffee warrants a better price. So we're happy to pay a good price for ever-increasing qualities of coffee and turn what is an adversarial, knock-down buyer relationship into something that supports communities and supports aspiration, as well as our own desire to drink some amazing coffee.